Hello, everybody. This is going to be fun. If you thought I rambled in my videos previously, stay tuned for this one. Because this one, I'm going to really ramble. So, tonight, whatever time you're watching this, it's nighttime for me right now, as I'm making this live stream recording. We are going to talk about macros and different actions that you can utilize in ProPresenter 7 for your church. So this is what I do at Greenbrier Church to set up for a regular Sunday morning. I've pretty much I've gone through the whole setup for a regular Sunday, how to add things in for slides and videos and whatnot, but I didn't get into the nitty-gritty details of the macros, the audience looks, and all those other fun actions that you can utilize. So in this video, we're going to talk about that. All right, so we have ProPresenter opened up over here, and I have everything set up basically. A couple of things will change for this week, but that doesn't matter for this video. So let's scroll all the way back up, and here we are. So the service will begin, and you see all these things right here. What is this? So I'm going to right click right here, and I'm going to go down to the edit actions so you can kind of see what we currently have set up on each slide and what it's doing. So for this first one right here, we have an audience look. That's what this little cool mustache looking thing is. It's our audience look, and what this does is it lets us change the view for the audience, for the people that are in-house in our sanctuary, and for those tuning in online. These different things here will change how the lower thirds look online, mostly. Sometimes it will change things for in the sanctuary as well, but mostly it's things that are being changed in the online world. So this audience look is on video because we're going to have a video right here. And then we have stage. So stage basically just lets you see where your main stage display stuff is going out to and what is going out to it. So right now it's going to be a main output look. So you're going to see this video for the stage monitors as well. All right, continuing. Then we have slide destination. So this is a really cool one that I think on the previous ProPresenter version, it was Command 0 on a Mac or something similar to that. So what this does is stage or stage plus audience. And I want this on stage plus audience because if it was only on stage, I'll give you an example. I'm going to add it right here. Let's add the stage destination and stage only. Uh-oh. So now when I click this, you're going to see this thing come up over here. It says stage only. What that means is when I go to the next slide, you see these top ones right here? Nothing is changing. The text is not changing. The only thing that changes is the stage display. Stage only, stage display. That's the only thing that's changing. We don't want that because we want the audience to be able to see what's going on. So I'm actually going to remove this because I don't need this here. And I'm going to also press that. You can click that there to cancel it out if you did it by mistake. So now you know. So now we're back over here and we see all clear. So this simply lets you utilize your clear buttons over here. So that's what all these red things are here. So if these were on and then you click them, it would close those things. Those things are now closed, but now I brought them back for the most part. All right, so continuing. We have the pre-service lights. So you see this cool little M over here. That stands for macro or macros. And you see this giant list of stuff that I got going on here. Now this giant list of stuff are the macros. And These are things that are happening in the background as you're running through ProPresenter. Some of it is MIDI cues. Some of it is things that are within ProPresenter itself. And I already said MIDI cues, but those MIDI cues can be going back into ProPresenter, or it's going to some other device to control that or allow that device to control this. So that initial one that you saw, macro, is pre-service lights. So over here is the pre-service lights, and let's go to the actual macro section. So the macros are amazing. You can basically build so many things to happen all at once by one click of a button or on a slide if you drag it over to the slide, as you see right here. That's a macro right there. Cool. All right, so back over here, the pre-service lights. Pulling it back up. I'm going to right-click here, and you can see that it's attached to some MIDI stuff. This is going to ProPresenter to Light Key. That's our lighting software here, and it's going to a specific note to control a specific light scene that's going on over here. Hey, and now you know. So now we're back to this and continuing in our journey of actions. All right. Pre-service lights, Spotify toggle on and off. So this is actually being done in, again, it's another macro. Spotify. Can I even find it? There's so many macros. There we go. Toggle on and off, right and click, all that stuff. MIDI actions going on here. So basically it's going from here, and then it is going to our buddy oscillator, oscillator, or whatever you want to call it, this guy right here. So in here, I'll make that a little bit bigger. There's these cool little key combo things that you can do, and one of them is start and stop Spotify or some other sound thing that you needed to use for something, for some reason. And you can set up a MIDI signal to turn on that toggle on and off for that specific app. So one of these will be that thing. Once I find it, I'll say, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Toggle on and off for Spotify. Cool. So this is another device, the oscillator or oscillator or whatever you want to call it. So that's controlling that. And then M32 unmute, that is doing some MIDI cue stuff. That's going from here, and then it's going to here again, and then it's going into our companion software, which we've talked about a little bit before. I'm going to close this real quick and launch the GUI. Put my phone down. All right, now I'm back. So over here, the M32, you're going to see these different things that will happen to our soundboard when those macros are taking place. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, back over here. All right, so that's all of those good ones. Over here, we got some more actions. This will go to our DAW audio, which is the input section in settings. Then you go to inputs, and hey, you see the DAW right there. That controls the DAW settings. So what I'm doing is making sure it's on auto off. So what auto off does is it automatically disables audio input when a foreground video with audio is being played. This is helpful for the online people when we have all of our mics and stuff still unmuted in our DAW, but a video comes up, it automatically mutes this signal, so that way the video is the only thing people online are hearing, which is such a help. It sounds weird, auto off. What? What does that mean? I mean, it does what it says it means, but it initially felt weird, but then it made sense, and it's great, and it works. So that's what that macro, or I'm sorry, that action does there. It's making sure it's on this, and it's making sure that it's on auto off. Perfect. All right, so then just more of the same things. This starts our Logic, our DAW, Logic Pro X. It presses enter or return so that way it can start at the beginning before it goes into recording. And this is another mute thing to mute our Spotify signal again from the soundboard and all that good stuff for the in-house people. And then over here, look at that. Some more actions. So this is stage again. Already talked about this, just a different look. And then this just shows the different cameras that we have. This is currently on the main input one. Then another worship light setting from Light Key. And this is our DAW again, Logic Pro X. It enables the recording to begin. Super great. Stage and audience. Perfect. That's what we need, like we shared earlier. So then here it kind of gets pretty similar in the actions going on. Nothing too crazy. It's just audio looks change, worship lights, clear announcements. So over here are the announcement layer. And in a previous video, I talked about how I'm utilizing the announcement layer to make video switching happen automatically without a slide triggering the video switching every time you change a slide. Sorry, getting tongue twisted. This makes it so it automatically happens in the background as you're going through your slides, and your slides don't affect it moving from camera to camera by itself. It's cool. And then all that good stuff. All that good stuff. And then this is just a macro to change the camera angle. And another macro to change the PTZ camera angle. Same PTZ camera that's being controlled by this, and this. So on the screen over here, you can see it moving from camera angle to camera angle. All right. So that starts our video switching thing. That triggers the announcement thing that I was talking about a moment ago that I should have explained. After I click that macro triggers it. If you look at there, it's the video loop macro trigger, which starts the announcement layer, which then does the thing that it needs to do. So then all these things are very similar. It's going to be a very similar thing in this, just different looks, different light scenes, but pretty much everything else is the same for all these songs, going in here, going in here. Then we get to communion. We got some cool actions going on, same stage stuff. Still rocking and rolling. Communion countdown is a little different. So when you click on here, whoops, not right there. Right here, you're going to see this little timer start. So that's what that little action does there. Communion, this is a timer, and it's the communion timer being triggered. Communion lights and input on the main one. And then we got some more macros over here. This changes the stage, the message look, so that way they can see what we see on the audience side on the stage monitors as well. And audience look just needs to be on the correct thingamajig. Sorry, nose is a little stuffy. There we go, speaker name. And where are we? Oh, yeah, I was jumping ahead. All right, so audience look, speaker name, main, camera, stage. It's going to be all that good stuff. The worship one for the time being, but it'll change. Just the lights. Record start in Logic Pro, which we actually do not need right here because we already have it. So I'm going to remove. I'm removing it here because way back up here. Oh man, I missed so many macros. Y'all, I got problems. It's okay. You can forgive me. So, more audio input, logic enter return. Then over here, this is Spotify off and on. ProPresenter record start. Spotify is not started yet. Or, I'm sorry, recording in Logic hasn't started yet. But it's gone back to the beginning of the thing. And then we get here, and we see that Logic starts to record. We got it right here. So we didn't need it down there because we already have it up here, which is great. All right, now we're back over here. Edit. So we got these actions. Stage, offering lights. Some clear media, clear slides stuff to just close these things down as I shared earlier. Then over here, pretty much the same stuff going on, nothing out of the ordinary. I've mentioned this before, but for what we do, we click these that say click me because this is the video or the image that people see online and in-house. But for the people online, they can just mute if they need to see the image longer. They want to get back to the person. So we're going to go over here, and the people can see the person again. So it's here. Then we go here. They can see the person again. Same with this. And here, they can see the person again. All right. Moving on. This is just more stuff. Changes audience or lights. And then this changes the audience look here. This closes things down, change the audience look, all that good stuff. Over here, just more of the same audience look, message lights, all that good stuff. It's going to be on the speaker name there as it's introducing the person. Over here, we got some more message countdown will begin and clear slides so that nothing else is in the way. Go to next slide. In 2 seconds, we'll go over here and do some fun, wonky things to make this work a little bit more smoothly. Audience look, message. So then once that's clicked, come over here. And everything is where it needs to be. Not a lot of crazy macro stuff going on there. Down here, we have just more of the same. Timers being turned on or off, or offering lights and different things like that. And then over here, at the end of our service, this turns our DAW off. And then this changes the lights, stops the recording, the hard disk recording, and this stops the recording in the DAW and changes the audience look to the end of service video loop that utilizes a prop over here. So when that thing macro happens, this is pulled up in this video, just shows on the screens, and this video is muted, as you can see in here. Now you know, super cool. And then over here, oh, it's just exactly that. That was the last one. Over here is just simply the video input switcher stuff that I was talking about earlier, that when you press those macros for the video input, that it starts doing its switching. And then this is the video inputs to control from your iPad to be able to switch to the different things. All right. Wasn't that a lot? Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that so great? Aren't you so happy you spent your time going into the macros? Well, I hope you did, because it's really helpful. As you can see, there's so much that goes on in the background, so that way Sunday morning runs nice and smooth, so the AV person who's running can just press right click for the most part, and everything works fine. But in the background, we're making sure all those things are set up correctly. Ooh, that was weird. My video just skipped. You might not see me. Oh, things are going crazy. My computer's having a hard time right now. But we're back, at least for now. And this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, listening to all my tongue ties and all those interesting little boring but fascinating for people like me, and maybe for people like you who are watching, all that fun stuff in ProPresenter 7. Anyways, I want to end again by saying you are amazing, and God loves you, and He is for you, and when He's for you, who can be against you? So the best place to be is hidden in Him, because that's where your protection is, your salvation is, and peace and joy that this world cannot offer you. So choose Him today, all right? Friends, be blessed.